sink me into this experience of union. Since we have a couple of people that I haven't seen anyway, welcome, Audrey. Um, I'd like to see if we can have maybe Ruben, would you mind reading the back of the embodiment of love?
Yes. Good to have you here, Audrey and Carola. So we're reading this book, Embodiments of Love, and I'm going to read that part, Embodiments of Love. Humanity in its fullness. An awakening among humanity has begun to fill the earth. Living embodiments of love. This awakening testifies to a new reality, the union of heaven and earth in human form. The human and the divine are being reunited in love, which is the true essence of both. It is the manifestation of a new universal consciousness, which shall in time embrace everyone. Humankind is now beginning to emerge from a profound identity crisis because of our inherent creative power. We unwittingly created a world filled with want and fear. The new human consciousness shall manifest a paradise characterized by joy and love. As we embody greater love, we become the pioneers of this new earth. Our liberating consciousness is spreading quickly, bearing witness to the truth of the love that we really are. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Ruben. That's a perfect kind of catch up for the new people. I just like to encourage people to try sitting and inviting out of stillness and then trusting what comes out if you choose to speak today. Um, for me, everything about my spiritual journey has become, always has been, is it practical? Is it showing itself in my daily life in some fashion where it makes a difference? And I've got to say that consistently now for over 30 years, the ability now to sink in and receive these words and allow them to become mine and trusting what comes out and is expressed outwards. Um, I don't know, there's awe, there's certainly gratitude. Uh, Greetings, Africa. Good to see you, or see your name anyway. Uh, so the practical part, daily life. And I want to share something from where I'm at currently in the 40 days and 40 nights out of uh, A Course in Love to kind of frame where we're going to be heading today. This is on day 8. And thinking about parts of our life that we don't like. Realize your desire for your life to be different, your desire for your unhappiness to be gone is very unlikely, in truth, to stem from the details of your life. Even so, you are not called to accept what you do not like, but to accept that you do not like whatever it is you don't like. Now, I had to work with that one for a while, but I'll tell you more in that in a minute. Then and only then will you have accepted how you feel. Can you respond truly? Only then. Only when you have accepted how you feel do you quit labeling good or bad. Only then can you deal with anything from a place of peace. So, in its application, there is a different me that's manifesting in the world. It's just I find shocking in a good way. I've had a series of things going on with the car this year, including or this week, including getting towed and in the not only getting that part fixed, but another bill that's coming on top of that and another one on top of that. So a good deal of money going into an older car. And believe me, my mind can turn that into stories. And then I can create discomforts and all this kind of stuff. I was shocked at the level of acceptance of sitting on the side of the road in 103 degrees heat, waiting for the wrecker to get there. I did find some shade. The acceptance and the stories are just kind of, what is just was something else. And I think maybe a side benefit as I reflect just a little bit, I connected with the tow truck driver and the people that owned the shop, I think, because of that energy. And then uh, real life and the struggles for sustaining Christ consciousness. Uh, I got some news, my stand-up MRI on my back where I was expecting, some news that fit what I'd known before, a bulging disc and some other kind of minor issues. Turns out I got the news that I have four bulging discs, one slip disc and a um, stenosis, that pattern on one of them anyway, that could, be causing symptomatic stuff. And it correlates with other health issues at the same time, they think, and I would agree. But again, uh, to take all of that for a walk, be aware of the physical stuff, but still be able to accept that I don't like this. Just the simple idea that I don't like this and accept it, accept that I don't like it. And that morphed into all kinds of accepting, I don't like this moment because I've got to do something or whatever. And I create an attitude that carries into it in a way that's not necessarily functional. Uh, but to then sit and go beyond the experiences, the physical, mental, and emotional experiences that can become attached. I didn't hold on to it. I didn't run with it. It's still going to be an ongoing reminder, but it's an opportunity to practice accepting, I don't like this, but I can accept that and go beyond to a state of being that can be shared. And welcome, Paulette. We've got a lot of new people today.
Thank you.
We are in a book called The Embodiment of Love by Sebastian Blakesley. Are you familiar with that?
I don't think
And
she is because I invited her because she's
okay.
new.
Yeah, I lost connection for a minute when I walked inside. Okay,
Oh, I
I'm back.
see. So you're familiar with the book? Did I hear you right? Or the
No, I'm
author?
not.
Okay. All right. Hmm. Some of you have had the privilege and pleasure of spending real time with Sebastian Blakesley, the author. I wonder, would you give her a flavor of the author and maybe this work?
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Good to see you all here. Yes, so Sebastian Blexley, he lives in Argentina, and um, he is in direct communion with Divine Mother and with the voice of wisdom. And he has been bringing in these incredible works. It started with the Choose Only Love. One of the first books, or the sets of books that we read, were Choose Only Love, and since then so many more have come in. And what he's bringing us, at least how I feel, is 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 information for our evolution in this now moment. This is information that's, it's like hot off the press from divinity. That's one way I can say it. And guiding us through these times of extremes, right? Extremes that are going on out there, and bringing us back in touch with who we truly are, our soul, the wisdom of our own divinity. And as we're being coming together as the human and the divine, which is which is really who we truly are. It's coming into the truth of who we truly are, the divinity and the humanity together, not denying one for the other, but bringing them together, weaving them together in our daily lives, in our daily practice. And Sebastian himself, and others have met him too, or some of you have seen him on Zoom, is exactly how he is. He's an authentic, unconditionally loving being, and very humble, very open, very intelligent, and very available, which is something that's very beautiful about Sebastian. He's very available to speak with. So I think that, and others can speak to this too, but I think the core of the message is stepping into our divinity and our humanity, and stepping into this threshold of this new earth that is so quickly evolving around us and preparing us for that. And it's beautiful to read it by yourself, but it's really powerful reading it together and going deep into it. Thank you.
Superb, Iona. Superb. Let me see. I'm just going to take a second. We've got a lot of female energy in here today. So, Hub, I think we better kind of even this out a little bit and have you read, if you don't mind. I would like, if you wouldn't mind, we
Yes.
are really halfway into chapter 21, titled Bearers of Light in the Embodiments of Love. But reading it through one more time from the beginning just go through that first page, and then we'll probably do the next two and read it twice.
All right. Chapter 21, Bearers of Light. Universal Pact. I have said that embodiments of love heal. They do so because that is why they came into the world in these prelude times, to bring forth the new heaven and the new earth. As long as there is a broken heart, a tear being shed, or a face showing a loss of hope, they will extend the healing power they carry within. They do not necessarily do so with any particular actions, although these may occur. They do so through their divine presence on earth. In order to advance these dialogues, my beloveds, it is necessary to bring to awareness the memory of the pact of souls. All beings that inhabit earth do so by virtue of a spiritual agreement with infinite consciousness. Both the created being and source, being a unit, make an appearance in the dimension of time, manifesting the agreement made outside of time. Why do we bring the mind? Why do we bring to mind this matter of the pact of souls? I do so as the spirit of wisdom, because this divine agreement has been forgotten. There is usually no cognitive memory of its existence. The dual mind cancels it out, except for a fake memory, something like an intuition, but which fails to activate a vivid memory of the truth. In many cases, any memory is simply nullified.
Just letting that marinate for a second. You know, this idea of embodiments of love, and that's what it's saying we are. And I suspect that everybody here, because it's likely if you're showing up here, you've pretty devoted to the spiritual journey. We've had our times where we're connected and it manifests out there without us even trying, and it can make a difference in other people's world just because we found our inner strength. Not even doing anything, just being who we really are. Hub, thank you. Before we move on to that next page, is there any thoughts on what Hub just read? Okay. Dominique, are you ready to read this morning?
Actually, I had a thought, I just couldn't find my hand.
Ah, there you go. Okay.
I I just wanted to repeat this part because of the significance of it. Just knowing that what we are manifesting in our daily lives is an agreement that we made outside of time. And that it's followed by saying there is usually no cognitive memory of its existence. The dual mind canceled out that memory, except for some vague memory or something like an intuition. And it's that intuition that's probably bringing us here together and so avidly consuming and sharing this material together, because we know there's something, we've always known this. But this idea of us manifesting an agreement that we made outside of time and really trusting then that everything that's happening to us, from us, by us, is exactly as we had orchestrated it. And I know that on a certain cognitive mind level, but the rest of me is still catching up with that idea and trusting that every single thing that's happening is something that my soul agreed to outside of time. And really, really trusting that and embodying that understanding is such a key to peace and harmony and living in this world. So I didn't want that to pass. I just was saying it also for myself as a reminder. So thank you.
All those moments to practice, I don't like this, and then accepting it. And that's where it goes in the course of love, where it talks about certainty. You do that often enough, pretty soon you just know patience and it's going to be there. Audrey.
Yeah, I guess I should start with before time was. We were souls. We did not have bodies. we did not have to rely on cognition as we do in our bodies. This is my perception. Such as the words, "And now, my Father, glorify thou me with the glory that was with thee before the world was." Okay. We were totally one with, we were awakened. And what I'm hearing, and there was two sharings, and one was about acceptance. And when I heard the reading, I asked myself, when I become, if there's a stimulus that's happening in my life, say a spinal issue, a car issue, could be anything. Anything could be a stimulus. I used to say, "Oh, Chicken Little, the sky's falling." And I would tell a story about it. A shift is occurring. Oftentimes, I say, and I ask, what am I going to learn from this? It is a opportunity for expansion. Behind every acceptance for myself is peace. And when I listen to the reading, I think about a metaphor. The metaphor is raising the level of the pond. It's a metaphor. Spirituality, consciousness is awakening to itself. We are in it. It is happening at this very moment. Everything. And I used to think I was running from something. It's shifted. I am running to an opportunity for expansion, for growth. And when my growth happens, everyone happens to grow because there is no separation. Thank you. I mean, that's what I'm getting so far, right or wrong, but that's what it means to me. Thank you.
Well, you fit right in, Audrey. Well done. Dominique.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Frank. I am super inspired this morning with this embrace of the gift of being elevated, being expanded, and receiving another empowerment, a true vision, a true knowing of what is this about. And it bring me home. It bring me home. Poof, I don't know if I will do without crying, but it's a little girl inside me who is so dancing because the expansion in this lifetime. Because everything that this little girl came on earth was, like for all of us, was purity and embrace of genuine joy of sharing and spreading love and spreading peace and spreading consciousness of being here and now, and the gratitude of the freedom. And after so many decades, and growing into wisdom and growing into one shift to another and to another and to another, just take me home to like the union of this child and this elderly being, and it's just like nothing was manipulated in me, nothing was but the flow of grace, of belonging, of giving myself to the higher, to the end of Christ, to the end of being transformed. Bring me to the pure essence of what I came here to experience. So thank you so much, friend. And thank you, all of you. It's magnificent to rejoice in this certainty of home is the embrace of the truth. Thank you.
I like that word certainty, Dominique. I think that's where we're headed, if we're not already there. So on the next page, on 116, are you ready to read until it just feels right, or we decide to stop?
Okay. In you, as well as in your brother and sister, exists a knowledge that if you are in the world, there must be a purpose. You must have come for something. Perhaps that knowledge is confusing or indefinite. Nevertheless, there it is in everyone's heart. Nothing happened by chance. You know this well. As an incarnation of love you are, it is vitally important for you to constantly remember this. It will not be difficult, since knowing why you are in the world is part of who you are. By being permanently united with your being, your purpose in the plane of time is clear. You are in the world to bring heaven to earth, and in this way to co-create with me and with everyone the new earthly kingdom, to allow the new creation to manifest. For this, you have been conceived. the particular body you have, the personality, the mind, the way of feeling and being, as well as the apparently external condition of your life. Everything you are as a human being is perfect for the purpose for which you have come. Thank
I
you.
think that's a good place there, Dominique. Yeah, thank you. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to, because of our shortage of mails today, just reread that. In you, as well as in your brothers and sisters, exists a knowledge that if you are in the world, there must be a purpose. You must have come for something. Perhaps that knowledge is confusing or indefinite. Nevertheless, there it is in everyone's heart. Nothing happens by chance. You know this well. As the incarnation of love you are, it is vitally important for you to constantly remember this. To constantly remember this. It will not be difficult since knowing why you are in the world is part of who you are. By being permanently united with your being, your purpose in the plane of time is clear. You are in the world to bring heaven to earth, and in this way to co-create with me and with everyone the new earthly kingdom, to allow the new creation to manifest. For this you have been conceived. The particular body you have, the personality, the mind, the way of feeling and being, as well as the apparently external conditions of your life. Everything you are as a human being is perfect for the purpose for which you have come. Welcome, Chris. Saw you sneak in there.
Thank you.
Good to see you, bud. Okay, any thoughts? Ruben.
The title of this chapter is Beaters of Light. Beaters of Light. I am the light. I am the light. And we just read in 116, in you as well as in your brothers and sisters exist a knowledge. The knowledge is the light. That if you are in the world, there must be a purpose, just to be the light. You must have come for something, just to be the light. In the next paragraph, as the incarnation of love you are, the light, I am the light. I am that love. It is vitally important for you to constantly remember this. Yes. It will not be difficult, since knowing what you are in the world is part of who you are. And that is my answer. In my own experience, that is the answer for every conflict. I had a flat tire. Well, not me, the car that I drive. But I am the light. And from the light point of view, I fix the tire without conflict, knowing that the tire and I are one. There is no separation between the tire and I. So I just let love, the light, lead the way in every situation, in everything. So I'm not just this body. I am the light holding this body. And I mean, just from that place, the last paragraph, the last part of the paragraph, everything you are as a human being is perfect for the purpose for which you have come. Thank you. Yes. This light lives and moves in this body, human body. At the same time, this human body lives and moves in the light. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you. And I say Ruben, but I say thank you, light. Thank you, love. I'm complete.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Ruben. As usual, I think Christina, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm very taken by this because I feel like I was a nurse for many years and I felt it my I don't know, responsibility or my to try to help heal the hearts of the patients that were in suffering. And I put so much energy into um, bringing them what I felt was my light towards their healing. And it was about connecting with themselves and recognizing, as this says, that we all are on a path. And it took what I found um, recently when I got a scary, I would call it scary diagnosis. Um, I recognized that the journey was me. I had spent so much energy into trying for others that I wasn't recognizing myself. And maybe that diagnosis was to bring me to God, to the soul, the spirit that I am, and loving myself for the first time instead of always sending it outward without really coming in. And it's crazy that something that could be so negative in our human mind could end up being such a gift that it it only brought me to expanding my love outward once I had found it within myself for myself and recognizing that all of us, at least in my opinion, share, we're all one. It's all the same. And any one of us could go through these situations, as I had seen in nursing, but never recognizing my part for me, for the spirit in me. So out of a awful thing came a, the best gift possible. And as the reading says, we're on that path. It's there. And we have been created for that purpose. And maybe now I think that part of my journey is to have others recognize that none of that is, quote, the end or too awful. It is all a gift to bring us closer to one another as one. So thank you for letting me share that.
Oh, well, thank you, Christina. Well received. And Chris.
It's good to be here. I was sitting with a group of people that were reading The Untethered Soul, and one of the friends that were there was saying, "How do we know we're listening to guidance, the voice of God?" She was saying that she wanted to get a cushion for her seat that's in the car, but then she had some resistance. What will people think? Am I interrupting the group and everything? And all of a sudden, I said, "I'll get you that." So I asked her for the keys. I got her the cushion, and I said, "I have a tendency of listening to the voice for kindness in my mind." So it gave me the opportunity to demonstrate love in action or kindness, and the ability that we have to listen to that. It was perfect timing. I'm complete. Thanks.
Thank you, Chris. I don't think you have the book, Christina, unless you've gotten it. You don't. Um, Carol, Carola, I don't think you do. Audrey, no. Africa, no. Okay. Well, I'm going to put Iona on the spot one more time. From Beloved Soul, if you would, and take us all the way through to the end, if you would, Iona.
Yes, happy to. Beloved soul of my heart, so that you can remember the reason why you're in the world, it is of utmost importance that you remember that you are a bearer of the light of heaven. In your humanity is the very divine essence, the perfect love, hidden to some, but visible to others. You are a living sanctuary. When you walk, it is love in all its glory and splendor who walks. If you are sitting or lying down, the life-giving force that lives in your heart extends to everything without interruption. It always will. It does not require the consent of the intellectual mind or cognitive memory, for that is not the level on which your true power acts. It acts in the realm of reality. If love goes with you wherever you go, then its transforming power has to be where you are. And so it is. Therefore, as you walk the paths of earthly life, you sow love, spread wisdom, and anchor the temporal with the eternal, the human with the divine. This is not something that arises from intellectual speculation. It is born and extends from the love in you towards the truth that lives in all beings.
Thank you, Iona.
Thank you.
And then one more time to take us home. Hub, would you reread that? The end.
Beloved soul of my heart, so that you can remember the reason why you are in the world. It is of utmost importance that you remember that you are the bearer of the light of heaven. In your humanity is the very divine essence, the perfect love, hidden to some, but visible to others. You are a living sanctuary. When you walk, it is love in it all its glory and splendor who walks. If you are sitting or laying down, the life-giving force that lives in your heart extends to everything without interruption. It always will. It does not require the consent of the intellectual mind or cognitive memory, for that is not the level on which your true power acts. It acts in the realm of reality. If love goes with you wherever you go, then its transforming power has to be where you are. And so it is. Therefore, as you walk the paths of earthly life, you sow love, spread wisdom, and anchor the temporal with the eternal, the human with the divine. This is not something that arises from intellectual speculation. It is born and extends from the love in you towards the truth that lives in all things.
I'm so struck by the tone of our readings anymore. That you talk about ideas and words entering you, and you can feel it. Ruben.
Well, thank you for the sharing outright in the chat. Oh, wow. We say in the first paragraph, it is utmost importance that you remember that you are a bearer of the light of heaven in your humanity. In your humanity is the very divine essence, the perfect love, hidden to some, but visible to others. And in the last paragraph, if love goes with you wherever you go, then its transforming power has to be where you are. And so it is. And look at that picture Audrey has. Audrey, body like our bodies. But in this particular picture of Audrey, between Audrey and the light, there is the universe, there's planet Earth. We are the light holding planet Earth. At the same time, we are the extension of the light. Audrey is an extension of the light. And that light lives and moves in every thought. Audrey is just a thought in our mind, and she's holding the light. I get lost when I focus my attention in the physical Audrey, because the physical Audrey change, but the light that is holding Audrey, it never changes. I am the light in that picture. We are the light in that picture. That light never changes. And Audrey is a thought like everything else. We just thoughts. We are a representation. That human being, it is a beautiful representation of the light. So Ruben, you're not alone. That light in you embraces everything. Thank you. I'm complete.
Outstanding. Chris, you always seem to be inspired by Ruben.
Or vice versa.
All right.
Um, yes, I appreciate that light, that very high vibrational light that we emanate when we liberate our minds from suffering. Of course, the world is changed by the power of the field of consciousness. So as I remove the obstacles to that field of consciousness, to that love, that light becomes a source of peace to others just by me being at peace within myself, just sitting here. It's a beautiful contribution that we make to the sonship, as the Course would say. Yeah, I'm complete. Thanks.
Thank you, Chris. You know, we take the end of these sessions and we go to stillness and invite the collective energy to be shared with everything and everyone. I have a thought that is up to you individually, but I go back to this very first paragraph. As long as there is a broken heart, a tear being shed, or a face showing a loss of hope, these embodiments of love, they will extend the healing power they carry within. And I'm going to suggest that if you allow yourself to have someone into your mind in stillness, whomever it is, it's probably important, pretty important if they show up. But let's share that love with them. And don't forget to receive it back from them. We are serving our purpose. Thank you all for your sharing and your love. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you, everyone. And so it is.
Ciao, everybody.